how brains and bodies are responding to stress responses to life in general, and how if we are staying all day long at a certain heightened place stress wise,
Hmm.
how the brain, the vigilant part of the brain, the more like, okay, where am I? What's going on? All of this, that's really active. And that if we're in that really activated state and then we try to rest and sleep, it's like the brain is still going, 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 going. And so these are some strategies to actually help the brain shift out of that more vigilant state into the parts of the brain that can actually help to bring in and induce sleep and actually be able to try to like, okay, let's calm and quiet that vigilant part of the brain. And the focus with that isn't just, okay, I'm trying to fall asleep. What are these strategies I can do right now? It's really going back to how am I living in like my daily life, right? Like what are those levels? And can we start to bring in some things during the day? They call them day tamers. And what I like about that approach is it really coincides with how I teach movement and
Mm.
work with people body work wise of bringing in little snippets that you can feed and weave into your day so that you are building that body awareness as you go. And then it's like this whole picture basically of like, okay, how can I create these little moments where things can kind of go, okay, here. I'm going to take a few breaths. I'm going to move my body because I've been sitting at this computer for 4 hours in a really awkward position and now my neck hurts and I haven't been breathing and so it's trying to build in this kind of this new way of being. Uh, and I think also it can kind of start to bring in this idea of creating bridges. So if we're trying to get from point A to point B, we sometimes want to just get there, you know? But it's like sometimes we need a little help. And so I think about some of the sound or sleep system explorations and some other kind of things with the movement piece, but is really creating that little bridge to be able to tune into those transition moments and not just expect us to go like that, one place to the next, and then boom, just be able to fall asleep.
When you're talking about bridges, are you talking about building those bridges throughout the day as part of your practice, or is that specifically building it for when you're going to sleep?
Both. Yes. So building those bridges throughout the day, and then also meaning like if the brain and body is used to doing that throughout the day,
Hmm.
then it's going to be easier to actually be able to do that, creates that bridge in the evening as well. Or if you even wake back up. And so one of these other ideas behind this is that, like, so let's say somebody's having a hard time sleeping. They finally are able to fall asleep, but then they wake up in the middle of the night. Kind of the first thing that might happen is like, oh no, I'm awake again. I'm not going to be able to fall asleep.
Mm.
When stress responses are being released in the body and things are riling up. And some of the strategies are actually to be like, oh, okay, I might need another little bridge right here to kind of talk myself down a little bit and utilize some of the techniques in that moment so that maybe over time, or not maybe, but yes, over time, you can start to support yourself in those moments. So the first response isn't, oh no, I am awake again and I'm not going to be able to fall back to sleep
Mm.
and spiraling in that place.